Holler, I say we give it about 1 more minute, and then at 5 after, we can get going.
Well, we actually need to wait for the rest of the team. They should be with us shortly.
Yeah, I think Luke is all that we're actually missing. I see someone else on here.
AJ
so,
is already here.
Come on.
So the pre-sale, is it with a hard cap and a soft cap?
What was that? Your microphone is awfully quiet.
Oh, sorry. It's with a hard and a soft cap, the pre-sale.
I can't still hear you. I'm very sorry.
Yes. So
yeah.
the hard cap that we're aiming for on the pre-sale is honestly going to be 1,000 BNB. We'll talk more about that as we go throughout this process, but part of why we're doing the private sale leading into that pre-sale is we've got several things lined up, including third-party AMAs in front of a large amount of people. Like right now we have 17, and we're talking potential AMAs with thousands in them, where it's going to really drill us. So a lot of new investors. So we're aiming for that 1,000 BNB hard cap. We haven't set a soft cap per se, but yeah, we're going for gold.
Okay. Good luck.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
And then just waiting on Luca. Have you managed to pop on yet? He just got home from work like as soon as this meeting started, so it's going to take him a split second to get on.
So is it okay to ask questions now, or should we wait a bit?
No, you're more than welcome to ask a few now. Chances are we'll answer them throughout the call, but while we've got a few minutes of downtime, by all means, instead of us waiting in silence, I am eager to answer questions.
Better than nothing, yeah.
Yes.
My first question is, will there be a use for the coin, or will it be just a store of value? And the second question would be to explain to us a bit more in detail how the Ushkita holders will be able to get tokens or airdrop, or what are the
Right.
benefits for those Ushkita holders.
Okay. The second question I know for a fact we'll answer in the call. I'll answer that here in a second. The first question, I didn't fully understand what you asked, if you wouldn't mind repeating it.
I actually understood that.
Okay, go ahead,
And
Tyler.
I can answer that. So this coin will be a store of value in a way for a holder to actually gain. Like to gain a lot of okay, let me go back to that. So it will be a utility token. We will be bringing a lot of utility in the future. And I'm not speaking in far future. So this will happen within 2-3 months, maybe even after maybe in the beginning of 2022. So we will be bringing out a DREAMSWAP, which will be similar to PancakeSwap, but it will be our own version of it. So it will be a decentralized exchange. So every token holder will be able to use that, and we will implement utility towards that. So there will be staking, which will be very important for the future of this project. There will be charts, there will be financing, there will be a lot of utility, and yeah. So basically, there will be a lot of projects that comes to this project. So we're not just looking at store of value. We will be using this as utility. So I hope that answers that question.
Yeah, I understood the idea behind it. I'm just seeing you're launching the coin any minute now, and there is no preparation for a plan for a utility at this point. I think that's a bit of question mark for me. Actually, that was the case also with American Akita, because the plan was just like that. So they should add with utility.
Yeah. To answer that, yes, we need funding to actually go with creating the swap, everything like that. So that's why we're doing a private sale. That's why we're doing a public pre-sale. So we'll have funds for marketing and development of the project. So we will not have to sell any tokens for the next maybe 6 or maybe even a year. So in reality, we are not looking to sell any tokens. So that's why we're doing the pre-sales and the private sales to get the funding or building utility. So we are working already on the DREAMSWAP. The idea behind it is already built. So all we have to do now is actually go and build it. So that shouldn't take too long, as we do have professionals on the team. And to answer that in a way of that Uskita promised, something like that. Uskita promised utility towards donations and helping veterans, and I actually brought into that myself. And yeah, it was just a scam. I can see where you guys are coming from with this kind of question, and we will be doxxed. So if any fishy stuff goes on, you will get our identities and stuff like that. So there's audits. We will remain as transparent as possible throughout this project towards building everything. We will share everything with you. And yeah, so I hope that gives you a bit of peace of mind towards that.
I got a question. is on the Ethereum network. How will you migrate the tokens to the BSC chain then, or Binance?
So you get to just keep your Uskita tokens. End of day, we as a development team, we were never a part of Uskita any more than you guys were. We bought in on the tokens without knowing what was going to happen to us. So like Howler and I both still are bag holding our Uskita tokens. You get to keep them. We don't want them. We want nothing to do with them. And after this call, honestly, we're going to try our best to remove that word from this project entirely because we don't want to be connected to them in any way, shape, or form. Howler has actually made a spreadsheet, or not a spreadsheet, but like a submission form, and that will be sent as well. And that's more of what we're going to talk about. Everybody will fill that out, and then we will pretty much have the list of people that we will airdrop those tokens to. So you get to keep your Uskita, and if for whatever reason all of a sudden that project is revived and it moons, by all means, sell that. We don't really care. We have nothing to do with it. But we're doing the airdrop for everybody who pretty much was stuck as a Uskita bag holder, just like us. In good faith, like, hey, we all got screwed. We're starting a new project. Here is part of that project in hopes that you guys stay with us. If you don't, we understand, but we really want you guys to see value in this and to stick with it.
Very cool.
Okay, what about the private sale? Any details about that?
Yes, once Luca gets on and we kind of go through it, but the private sale, once we announce it, probably in the next 35 minutes, I'll be putting a post in the Instagram itself. Oh, looks like Luca is on now. But I'll be putting a post in the Telegram itself that explains how to do the transaction for the private sale, as well as what the exchange rates will be for like a BNB to ADREAM token ratio.
Yeah,
it was just we didn't want to start posting that before the call to kind of like incentivize people to be on the call, because I know a lot of you guys are going to have questions, and it's easier to do it on a recorded call that we can then put on the YouTube so anybody else can just go through and listen versus like answer them one at a time on the Telegram.
Right.
After we're done, any questions you have, just ask away. But since we've got everybody here, we might as well get going. I know I value everybody's time, so I don't want to make it too long, but also we're here as long as you need us for questions, and we'll always be here to reach out to. So to kind of give you a start and a rundown, I just want to introduce myself and then let everybody on the team do the same. I'm Joe, and this was kind of a rabbit hole that I fell down. If you had told me 30 days ago that I was going to launch a crypto token project, I kind of would have laughed at you. But when the Uskita thing was all falling apart, I woke up in the morning and I impulsively bought the domain, and I don't know why. And then Flo locked the chat and ignored me. And then it just kind of like, it burned inside, but I had this desire like, well, screw it. I've gotten this far. I've already opened Pandora's box. I might as well go down it. And then I ended up contacting Howler, and we talked a little bit about what had happened, because he's one of the original investors. I didn't show up in Uskita till July. And we got talking, and he kind of pointed me in the right direction for research to get this going. And that's kind of how it launched. In my professional life, I do marketing for a living. I specifically do experiential marketing for different liquor brands. So that is something that I know how to do, and trying to find a way to integrate experiential marketing with crypto is something that's slowly being integrated. And so already working for companies and knowing people to get that going is going to be really exciting. And really my experience in the crypto world, I remember when the first pizza was bought on Bitcoin from a forum. I mean, Bitcoin launched right after I got out of high school, and I've been following the concept kind of ever since. So it's really exciting to go from watching like this magic internet money to seeing this giant community that has like evolved around it, and how much utility and promise that it actually does have, and just connecting the entire world together. So I'm pretty excited. And then whoever wants to go next, by all means.
I'll go next to get it out of the way. So my name is Arturas, and I'm part of the development team. So basically, to add on Joe's how we got here. So my thought in that was, hey, if you want this right, you kind of have to do it yourself. Because I believed in that project, in Usketo project, and it kind of just went downhill. So yeah, so we are looking to do this right and expand in a long run, like really long run. So I don't really know what to say.
No, that's okay, because honestly, none of this would have happened without Howler like planting that seed in my ear and kind of pointing me in the direction of how to make this happen, and it's kind of launched from there. But then to transition to Amy or Nick, whoever wants to go next, by all means.
Yep.
Yeah,
So
I'll go.
oh, you got it, Nick?
No, you go ahead, ladies first.
Ladies first. I appreciate that. So, yep, guys, my name is Amy. I am a fellow developer on the group here, head of marketing and NFT development for you guys. But yeah, just like Joe, been in marketing for a long time, and I'm really looking forward to working with this group. There's an amazing project that they've got set up for you guys, so I'm really happy to be part of it and see where this can go for everybody.
All right. So my name is Nick. I am the social media manager for this project. Currently I'm active duty military, but I have quite a bit of time in my off time, so I use that to manage all our platforms. I'm pretty well versed in most of every platform, including all the programs that you can run along with it. Just handlers, like Loomly, for instance. Yeah, I'm very excited about this project, and I'm gonna be putting all my effort into it.
Awesome. So then to dive right into things, I just kind of want to break down, again, just the token and the tokenomics. The ADREAM, or American Dream token, it actually, so the name came from playing off Usketo. The very first thing that it promised was like the ability to live the American dream. But if you dig deeper into the concept of the American dream, it's really not even an American concept. It came about when the Europeans were coming over to the States, and the idea was to level the playing ground and allow everybody, regardless of race, religion, creed, social standards, like a level playing ground at furthering their life, be it financial development, social development, whatever they want. The whole concept of the American dream is just having the freedom to do what you want without other people really telling you, like, no, based on the standards and conditions of your life. So to jump into the tokenomics real quick, Usketo had a 100 quadrillion total token supply, which is absolutely insane. So even when they burned 50% of it, that was still 500 quadrillion, which is just a number that my brain can't wrap around. So we launched 1,000% smaller at 100 trillion. Didn't want to make it too small, but didn't want to make it too big. Wanted to make it obtainable for investors of any level to just buy in and feel good about it, but also make it so it wasn't like SHIB. SHIB right now has 500 trillion still after the VB burn. That's still a big number. But we broke it down. Originally, we weren't going to do a burn, but after we figured out the numbers and the disbursements, we burnt 15% of the total supply because it just made sense. We didn't want that lingering in any way, shape, or form. On top of that, 30% is what's going to go into the pre-sale. So that 30% is going to be that 100 BNB hard cap, 1,000 BNB hard cap that we're aiming for. If we don't hit it, any tokens that are left are burnt. When we hit it, it's going to have the liquidity locked onto PancakeSwap, so it can't be removed. We as a team have been talking about having it locked for a couple of years. We haven't specified how many years, but it's going to be at least 2 years that liquidity is locked onto PancakeSwap and can't be touched by literally anybody. So it is 2 years of guaranteed liquidity just by going through the Pink Sale Launchpad and locking it into PancakeSwap. Additionally, 44% of that is going to be locked invested at 1% monthly. That way, if we progress further, we have the extra funds to put it into another swap or when we start gunning for a centralized exchange, or again with our DREAMSWAP platform, which ideally like we're going to launch 2022 with that DREAMSWAP platform. And so we wanted to have the ability for that. But again, that 44%, like the 1% that's coming monthly, if it's not being used, it's getting sent right back into lockup. We want that out of circulation. We don't want that to start trickling into circulation and devalue the coin. Whole concept is what is there is there. We want to keep the coin value going up and not allow anything to pretty much bring the coin value down. Within that, we also have a 5% wallet that has been split up amongst the team. Each one of us has our individual wallets. We've all agreed to not sell. We'll most likely actually be locking it, but whatever you guys feel is appropriate, just so you know that 1% that we've got is going to stay there. We're not selling that. It'll be public knowledge. You guys can watch it. It's not moving. 1% is being given to a marketing wallet that will actually fund everything. After we are done with this call and we're done with that private sale, you will never see us posting asking for money. So if somebody is posting asking for money, it is not part of our team, and please let any of us know. We've got everything in place that we will never have to actually come through and ask you like, oh, we're broke on the marketing wallet. Can you help us? On top of that, 3% is what's being dedicated to the private sale, which I will have posted how to do that here shortly. And then 2% is being dedicated to airdrops to previous members. The actual like individual tokenomics of the coin itself, there is an 8% tax. 2% reflections, just like Uskita had, goes right back to everybody. 1% is for the marketing, and 5% actually goes into liquidity. That, again, will continue to allow the coin value to grow and grow and grow instead of pretty much being rugged. And it's locked and set up in such a way that we'll all see things going up versus the downward trend. So I guess the big thing, I will talk about the private sale. We are trying our best to limit that. We don't want anybody to be a whale right out of the gate. So the 3% based on the numbers that we're doing is roughly a 100 BNB for the private sale. If we hit it, that's the dream. The goal, we really are hoping to hit at least 10 BNB at a minimum. 25 would be ideal. 100 is going to allow us to do some pretty hardcore marketing concepts. We've been in contact with some third-party AMAs, as well as the ability to do a video promotion, or at least audio promotions with them that will be posted across their channels, their multiple channels. So we're really hoping that we can just knock this out of the park, honestly. The conversion rate is going to be 1 BNB is going to be 27,975,000,000 of the ADREAM tokens. The minimum buy-in is going to be 0.1 BNB, and the max that we're aiming for is 3. Because again, we're trying to not let anybody be a whale. Somebody could come in with 30 BNB and offer to buy it, and we're not allowing that. We want to make sure that nobody has power to pretty much mess this project up before it even lifts off. And then, so moving into what we're hoping to actually accomplish with that, the biggest thing is we're launching on Pink Sale. So it costs 1 BNB to do the launchpad, which we do have ready to go, but Pink Sale will do a KYC audit as well as a really nice AMA. That costs 4 BNB, but the KYC audit, that's the first of really many that we'll end up having done, but that will have all of our information on file at the pre-sale. They won't even do the AMA until that's on file. So all of our information will be docked, recorded, and publicly available if at any point the team does anything shady or questionable. In addition to that, the other really big thing that we're gunning for is Pitch It. That's the one that does the audio ads as well as potentially video ads. But not only do they do KYC, they do proper audits. So as we go into the pre-sale, we will have at least our first audit done. But one of the big goals from the pre-sale too is we're gunning for a CerTic audit. We want that banner on our page, especially having been a community that comes from Uskita. We all know what happened, and it sucks, and it was garbage, and we got swindled pretty well, and we want that big CerTic banner on our page. We want everybody to know, okay, separate project, separate team, like this is legitimate. So that way you guys on the call now are all comfortable, but every new investor we get along the way, if they uncover anything that happened about Uskita, that way instead of them going, what the hell's going on, they're going to go, okay, it's separate. Like, they've been doxxed, they've been audited. Like, it is a true separate entity. And really, after this AMA, I don't even want Uskita being brought up, like, ever. We're going to add it to the banned word list. We just want that chapter gone, because it just sucked. It sucked, and this is the silver lining that we're trying to just make come from it. But I've been babbling a lot, so I'm going to hand it on over to AJ. She is our actual marketing specialist, even though I do marketing for a living. She's been looking a little bit more at the demographics and breaking down specifics while I kind of overlook everything. So I hand the mic over to you.
Alrighty, sounds good. You can hear me okay?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Just wanted to make sure. All right, so basically, guys, our crypto marketing will create project awareness. We're trying to gain credibility, especially in the blockchain community. So we want to generate demand for this token. As far as our focus with social media, I am focused on using a couple of handfuls of companies rather than stretching our focus and our funds far too broadly. I think that would be an incredible mistake right out the gate. So having said that, just like Joe had mentioned, we have been in contact with a few agencies, especially who they specialize in startup companies, specifically in relation to cryptocurrency and blockchain, being blockchain based. So we, like Joe had also mentioned, we are not a meme token, we are utility, and we wanted to focus on that accordingly. So furthermore, we will be working with a number of content creators who are incredibly knowledgeable and have very large platforms with high influence in the crypto community to spread awareness for this project and go into a little more details, on their channels and on their pages. So now, as far as social media platforms go, we have narrowed down our spectrum to what we feel will reach our the most members and our demographic, without going into too much information. But yeah, we've narrowed down our demographic, and we really are looking towards being authentic, transparent, having a lot of connection with you guys and the rest of the community once this gets off the ground. So having said that, I don't want to go too much into socials or the social platforms, because obviously, Nick, that'll be your area, but that's just kind of a broad spectrum of what we're looking at right now for marketing on this platform. So Nick, if you want to go into more detail on the social front, that'd be great.
I believe you're on mute, partner.
Okay, yeah.
Been there, done that.
You hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So, what I was trying to say was that, let's see, Amy in general kind of handles all the marketing. Mm-hmm. So it kind of coincides with just handling the social media platforms. So I know that when things come up, just for, let's say, like Instagram, we know it has like the most users, like active users monthly. So if there's like a certain demographic that she's finding that we need to like aim toward with like different posts, we're not talking about like little cute kittens or anything like that, but actual posts that like give some like depth, some meat and potatoes, so people aren't just feeling like they're just being shilled another meme coin. That's kind of like where I would just kind of where I come in and kind of ensure that we're targeting the correct audiences that have been laid out from our marketing team. So yeah, so I just kind of go hand in hand with that.
And from there, I guess, Howler, I'll let you talk about DREAMSWAP and kind of the future of that component.
So yeah, as I basically said in the start, we do want this DREAMSWAP to overtake the competitors. So we kind of want PancakeSwap out of the way in reality when we release our DREAMSWAP. So we will be advertising it. We will be getting it in front of as many people as possible. So it is decentralized exchange that people would recognize and would use.
Not to cut you off, but the name, it kind of sells itself. Like, would
Yeah,
you
I
rather
was
go
kind of
like
getting to
to a Yeah, I'll let you take it from there. Sorry.
that's all right. So the name itself, DreamSwap, is very catchy name, and so DreamSwap, Dream Chart, Dream Invest, all them kind of names are really catchy from what I gathered from people. So I mean, who wants to use something like nobody really outside the crypto knows anything about pancake swap or how to use it. For me, that a person that is in crypto, it's really hard to actually use. So we kind of want to make this as simple as possible to use for people. So simple, best way, less time consuming. So we want that. So the chart, talking about Dream Chart now. So we basically want that similar to kind of PooCoin or DEX tools in that sort of way, but it will be our own chart, and also we will be also it will be heavily marketed as well. So we basically want to kind of bring this whole cluster of utility of a chart, basically of a chart, DreamSwap, staking platform, Dream Invest, and eventually might even become like Dream Tools or whatever. So that's kind of still in works. And talking about other utilities, so we do want to bring out utility as a play to earn kind of concept as well. So people will be able to like play their favorite games, let's say, or our own game if we ever decide to release it. This token will have utility towards that, everything. I can't really go much in depth on this. So I'm sorry about that, but
So
yeah, I guess that's all I gotta say.
So from there, I will jump back a little bit to DreamSwap. Part of the concept of DreamSwap and ADREAM token as a whole is this is the first of a couple of tokens, but this is the catalyst that launches the project. The staking platform, you will have the ability to stake obviously multiple coins, but the primary focus is the ability to stake your ADREAM coin for what's going to be a secondary or governance token. And that secondary token is going to have a very, very low total volume. And it's going to have a restriction to like transaction amounts. The idea is when you hold the governance token, you have voting rights and a say in the future of the project. That way, it kind of forces you, only the people who have a vested interest in the project will get to control the future of it. Because the final end goal of, and I don't want to call it an end goal because it's supposed to be a long-term concept, but I would like for this launch, more or less, in the end, to be an angel investment platform for small businesses and startups around the world to pretty much, I don't want to say underprivileged, but the unseen aspects or the unseen potential businesses. I myself, I can go get $100,000 in student loans and no one's going to blink an eye. But if I look for a $100,000 business startup, no bank is going to even give me the time of day. And I would love if we could give $20,000 to somebody in Africa to start to pretty much put their village on the map as a trading hub in their area, or someone in Japan, X amount of money to open a coffee shop, or really anything from around the world. And it's an angel gift. It's not meant to be like we're buying a certain portion of their business ventures. And at that point, the whole concept will have blown up so much that really we will have the ability to invest in and change people's lives around the world that would never have gotten the opportunity or time of day otherwise. And that is like the long term, that's the whole point of the dream behind all of this, and why, even though the first token is called American Dream, every other concept past that, DreamSwap, Dream Chart, Everything else, it pulls the American out of it because it's meant to be a universal and worldwide dream. And kind of from there, the last thing that I know everybody's going to want is the airdrop. So just to touch on that again, Arthur or Arturis, he has made a Google form that he's going to post. Everybody will go in there. They will fill it out. That way we can compile everybody that is trying to get the airdrop, which is understandable. Once we have all of that information, and we're not going to do it for a very long period of time. It'll probably be once we post it for 7 days, we'll take the information. When it's done, it's done. We'll compile it, and then we will send the tokens. We'll make sure everybody is sent a BSC address, but the BSC chain has the same address as like an Ethereum token. So all you'll have to do is add that custom token to your wallet and just make sure that that wallet is on the BSC chain. Whether it's a Trust wallet, MetaMask, all of them should have the ability to swap between the Ethereum mainnet and the Binance Smart Chain. And we're going to send the tokens right back to the wallets that you submit. And from there, I guess I'll kind of open it up to any and all questions from the floor. Try and not talk over each other. I know it's going to be kind of hard, but one at a time, and we'll answer them to the best that we can.
Real quick, just on social medias, I know that everybody in at least our Telegram hasn't really gone on the Discord or even followed the Twitter or our Instagram accounts. So that's something that'll help spread the word in general. I know if we want to eventually move the community from Telegram to Discord, because I feel like Discord is definitely more of a community-oriented platform. Gives a lot more to the community to do, actually, and feel more involved instead of messages. You know what I mean? And it's better for audio and picture, and you'll be able to upload larger like documents or anything media that you wanted to share with the community. But yeah, I just wanted to say a couple things. That's it.
Thank you.
Any questions?
Everyone seems speechless.
Well, and also too, I know I talk fast. If there's anything that we said that you didn't understand in any way, shape, or form, yeah, please let me know, and I can either slow down or somebody else might be able to explain it a little bit better than I could. So please do not hesitate. Also, I want to make sure that we haven't forced everybody to be muted.
Nah, we're here.
Okay.
You guys just did a good job of answering mail.
Okay, just making sure. Well, that sounded like Mr. Powell, if I had to guess.
If nobody has questions, I have a lot of them. So
no, that's okay. Fire away.
First question is, how will you ensure that the liquidity will be locked?
So
nobody will.
Correct. So I can either send you screenshots, but if you do, I guess the best way of explaining that, if you do a quick search on Pink Sale Launchpad, you will see that liquidity lock is a way that it's one of the functions when you do the Launchpad. But to take that further, when the launch is announced, it will have all of this information in the launch itself, and it will show you whether we're locking the liquidity, and it will show you how long we're locking the liquidity for. So it'll say 30 days, 120 days, or in our case, it's going to be 1,000 days, 2,000 days, 3,000 days. It's going to be for several years, and it will show you right there. So you won't even see that we're saying it, and you have to believe us. You will see it right there, and it locks it right then and there. We don't manually lock it. The system locks it. So we don't even get to touch it to lock it ourselves. It's just locked.
Okay, I understand that.
Okay.
Thank you for the answer.
Yeah.
Second question, will the community, or I don't know, the money that will be common have a multi-signature wallet, or will anybody be able to get their hands dirty, as it happened with the last project, of which we're not saying the name?
Yeah. As of right now, I actually am the only person that has access to any of the marketing funds. We will have it set up so that all of us pretty much have to agree on something, but not everybody's going to have the seed, like the specific seed phrase. It's going to be split up. So Amy, Arthur, Nick, myself all have to put in for transactions to happen. That way, no one person can just walk away with the wallet like it did with John or Pablo. It will be split up where it's made in such a way that nobody can do that.
Yeah, that's the idea behind the multi-signature wallet. So
Yeah, okay.
nobody does that.
Yeah.
Okay. How are you guys funded now? How are you working for this project?
Basically out of my own pocket. I've sold in my personal life, so I'm a musician, just kind of for fun, and I had a couple of guitars that I've sold, and pretty much just I've been funding this with prayer and getting rid of junk that my wife has been asking me to get rid of.
Thank you.
Yeah. I personally believe in this so much, and I will say, actually, Mr. Powell, I don't want to sell him short, but he was the very first person that actually donated as a third party to this project, and he more or less solidified that we knew this was going to be successful. But I've done my best, and he can even go view to not touch his donation and to still spend my own personal money before it comes to that. But yeah, it's been that. I mean, we're doing our best.
And then another question.
Yeah.
If nobody's asking, I told you I have many.
Yeah.
What's the value proposition for the DREAMSWAP? I mean, how will you stand out? I got it from the presentation that you will try to make it easier and more user friendly. That could be a value proposition or a part of it. But on the other hand, we must keep in mind that the real majority of the transactions are done with the people that are familiar with the crypto, not by the new guys on the swaps. So the swaps are for the ones that are some sort of at least medium to advanced, if not advanced in crypto using. The other ones will use just the usual trading platforms like Binance, Coinbase, and so on. So what's the value proposition for you for DREAMSWAP, and how will it stand out in front of Pancake, in front of Avalanche, in front of all of those Uniswap and so on?
Biggest thing really is going to be marketing. I'm glad that you actually mentioned that, because I don't remember if we mentioned it or not. Part of the future of the ADREAM token 2 is we are aiming for getting listed on at least one centralized exchange. So without like comparing ourselves directly to like say Shibcoin and ShibaSwap, it'll be very similar to marketing tactics like that. We will be on centralized exchanges. Most likely the swap will be done before we're on a centralized exchange, just because those take a little bit of time, and I really do see this project going through the roof. But it's going to come down to actual targeted marketing and ensuring that what we are doing in the marketing front, be it AMAs, we do intend on having an actual video of the swap. I don't know, like you go onto YouTube and then you're in the crypto space long enough, all of a sudden you're going to start seeing Coinbase commercials and crypto.com commercials. Like you will see DREAMSWAP commercials. So it's going to come down to targeted marketing in a very approachable way. And then the platform itself being a little bit more user-friendly for the new investor, but also very familiar, comfortable, solid, and strong for the seasoned investor. I hope that answered the question. We're working on getting some like development or concept photos for the second version of the DREAMSWAP. Or not second version of the DREAMSWAP, second version of the Dream paper, so you can start to visualize what the DREAMSWAP is going to look like. And I'm hoping that answers more too. But feel free to fire away with more.
I just want to add one thing to that. So for the DREAMSWAP to be successful, it'll have to be a very targeted marketing campaign. And for any business out there, actually, is all about marketing. So as long as you are known to the population, you will do well in business. So as Joe said, we'll have to do a lot of marketing towards that to stand out of like Shiba Swap or Pancake or Uniswap. So that is basically the plan, to make it as simple as possible for everyday, like simple users to use it. So we don't want to make it really complicated or anything like that. So it will be very simple to use. And even the name is so catchy, so it will go a long way with marketing. So we'll do a lot of like video campaigns with it, and yeah, it will stand out of other decentralized exchanges.
Yeah, I got the answer, guys. Thank you. Just as a, I don't know, a word of advice from my side, I think that the most important part and where you should focus is on bringing value to the customer. So this will be the foundation. Marketing is only just to reach out, but if you just reach out without value, then there's no point in it. So I think you should focus on bringing value to the customer, and then the part of the market.
You are correct. Now, in the crypto space, so 3 of the 4 of us are US based. 1 of us is over in Europe. Here in the US, we have this wonderful agency called the SEC, which sucks entirely. When it comes to bringing value to crypto, you have to be very careful, because if you're bringing value to crypto as an investment, like if all we promote this as is a way to buy into something to make a lot of money, at that point it goes from being a commodity to a security. So overall, the intent is to bring value to this and everybody who invests in it to make more money. But if we promote it as such, we fall under a different set of tax laws and scrutiny that could just completely crush this project before it takes off. So when it comes to verbiage, we're saying more along the lines of the utility for that very reason.
Yeah, I'm fully done with that, because I'm familiar with the SEC. I'm familiar with
just
the
making
Ripple
sure.
case, so
yes, so that's why a lot of our answers are in such a way. But Mr. Powell said to me something that I loved, that even the pipe that transfers water gets wet. So interpret that how you will, but ideally, everybody who does believe in this project is the pipe, and they get wet along the way.
Yeah. Basically, yeah. What I was saying is rather about bringing value through the utility of the token and through the use cases, not necessarily through your individual actions or your contracts regarding the coin. But yeah, thank you for that.
Okay.
And I would have another question regarding the Iskita holder. So I didn't quite understand how it will work. So you said there will be a spreadsheet for the holders. We will probably fill in some information then. And how is it going to work? Do we have to necessarily buy in the private or the public sale to be able to get something if we are holders, or will it work regardless?
It will work regardless. So Howler put the form for you to fill out in the group chat. I'm hoping that everybody does continue to buy in, and it doesn't have to be the private sale this weekend. That would be phenomenal and huge, especially if you are going to believe in this project. The pre-sale, again, you can buy it. It's not going to impact whether or not you're getting the airdrop, but the airdrop is in good faith, and we're hoping that it's kind of like a little, I don't want to say dangle a carrot or an Easter egg. Like, we're hoping that you see the good faith and the value along the way, that you do buy into the project before you get the airdrop. If you want to wait and get the airdrop and see what's happening before you buy more, you're more than welcome to. But since you've been here since the start, you're going to see what the numbers are, and you're either going to see like, oh shit, I should have bought it sooner, or I'm glad I waited. Personally, I mean, the whole team believes, and why we're doing it this way is we really do have faith in this project. We've talked to a couple of whales that are already like, what do you mean I can't just give you 30 BNB for a huge portion? Why are you limiting me? Because they see the value in it. They think, and again, without saying promises, they think it'll hit 100 million market cap. Like, they see what the potential is. So we're trying to pretty much give you guys the same viewpoint and see whatever we can do to get you guys to believe in it too.
Okay, I see the form. I will fill it. Thank you for the answer.
Awesome. Thank you. And then Howler's he's the one who has direct access to it. He's going to compile the list of addresses, and then we will start it. Once we cut it off, then we will start taking care of that. It's the final piece of the puzzle. We don't want to give everybody their airdrop stuff, go through this private sale, pre-sale, and then it hits the swap, and then just see 250 airdroppers just sell their tokens and run, because that could crush the project. So we are really hoping in good faith that everybody who gets the airdrop, even if you don't plan on holding it forever, give it 30 days, give it 60 days, give it 90 days and see what happens. End of day, it's free money. So if it goes up, you just made even more. And then if it goes down, it didn't cost you anything.
So at the meantime, I guess we can take some questions out of the chat,
Yeah, but a question.
because there's some people that can't really talk.
I'm using a Formatic wallet, and I bought the USPDA for around, I think 2 days ago, but I use Formatic wallet, so I can't add a custom token, but I filled in the form. So can I still get the airdrop then? Or do I have to use another wallet for it?
I'm not familiar with Formatic. I personally use Trust or MetaMask. If they're available in your area, I would suggest it.
Well, it would still be on the same blockchain. So
It
if
would.
you have the wallet address for Euskira, just put that in the application and we'll check it out. We'll check out everyone who applies. So yeah, if you have the wallet address, just put it in and we'll check it out.
So the point is, I use 2 wallets. I have a MetaMask wallet and a Formatic wallet. So
Okay.
can I just fill it in 2 times then?
If you bought in on 2 wallets, I guess you can do it. As long as you bought the Euskira from that wallet, you should input that wallet. Or if you bought it from 2 wallets, I guess you can put in from 2. We'll just check it out. But in reality, we are asking for Telegram username, so we want to limit their drop to like 1 wallet instead of 1 person holding 10 wallets, if you know what I mean.
And we're
Yeah,
also
because I bought it like, yeah. Yeah.
we're also trying to make sure that like it's your wallet, that somebody's not like taking somebody else's wallet and using it to try and get airdrop. We're trying to just keep open and honest and make sure everybody who was and who wants gets, versus somebody just going, well, let me just copy paste somebody else's wallet. So we are
I just used 2
Yeah.
wallets. I used Formatic,
Yeah.
and the first one was with the MetaMask, and I bought in like $400. It's worth now pennies.
yeah.
But that's in the beginning when USPDA came out. Then I bought in with the MetaMask wallet.
Just let me add one thing here. The wallet address of Euskira is the same as Binance Smart Chain's address. So we will be dropping the ADREAM token to your Euskira wallet address. It's still the same blockchain. It's just ERC20 with BEP20. It's just a clone of each other. I mean, like BEP20 is a clone of ERC20. So it doesn't really matter, but they do have the same wallet address. If you guys don't believe me, you can actually check it out. So we aren't collecting BSC wallet because it's still Ethereum wallet. So whatever wallet you put in as you hold the Euskita in, the new tokens will be dropped into that wallet. Just so you guys know.
Okay, thank you. So, and when is the pre-sale live? Is it already live or it's coming shortly?
Hey, I'm joining kind of late. Is this going to be a ERC20 token?
It's a BEP20 token on Binance Smart Chain. We chose BEP20 token because of low gas fees. So you can send or buy or sell for really low gas fees on ERC20 token. To sell or buy, it would be over $100. So it was not ideal to go with that for like small investors or anyone like that. It's just we don't want to go that road.
Okay, so I'll have to get a Binance account then.
You can.
You don't have to get Binance account. I think if you're using a Trust wallet, you can just buy BNB from there.
You can also buy it on crypto.com and transfer it to a Trust wallet or a MetaMask wallet. Like, even though it's a Binance proprietary product, there are multiple ways outside of Binance. Because I know, like, here in the States, Binance got blocked for a minute. Then they had to do Binance US. And it's like it's a pain in the ass, but it's not really a pain in the ass. And it's kind of easy to work around without it being in any way, shape, or form illegal. It's still totally fine to do.
Yeah, right. Okay, I'll get my son to help me. He usually helps with most of this stuff anyway.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you.
And did we mention about the airdrop being for longer term holders of USKITA? So people can't just go buy USKITA and be like, oh, yep, here it is. Howler?
Sorry, I was focusing on something else. What was that?
Oh, I was just saying if we had mentioned that the airdrop was for holders from like longer term holders, not people who had just bought it and sold it. You know what I mean?
Yes. So I think Joe actually put up a date whenever the old Euskita website went down. So that was the deadline.
October 13th was the day that Flow locked the chat. And so that was kind of the deadline. Anybody who bought after that, like, not to be an asshole, but like they were new to the project. They weren't bag holders. The airdrop is meant to be a gift to bag holders who kind of all got screwed, not people who didn't do their research. Like, if you bought the token off of like, I just found this and I haven't even looked at the website to see if it exists or checked anything, like, not to be an asshole, but that's on you. The idea of the airdrop is like, hey, we all got screwed. Like, let's band together, look past it, move forward, not just break even, but like accelerate past. Let's fulfill the promises that we kind of just got fed and lied to about.
Iemand zorg voor je hond met hart en ziel. Ze brengen zoveel liefde en leuke gekke dingen in je leven. Ja, maak het niet.
Sorry guys for the Google form. Can somebody tell me if it's fixed? I fixed it on my side, but what is the correct contract address?
Yes.
Isn't it now? Okay, thank you. So does anyone else have any questions?
Yeah. Once we do the swap, you have any idea what the value of the token is going to be right offhand?
I can't promise, and we can't really promise anything about the value of the token, how much it'll be, or it always depends on the holders and the investors. So we'll do our best to actually market to do. We'll do our best to do the best marketing campaigns we can. We'll do our best to develop the best platforms we can. We will not release a broken platform in any way or form. We will test it out first before it releases, so it wouldn't affect any, like, the price of the actual token, because I've seen many cases where the price would plummet if somebody released a broken platform or just a bad platform. So we can't really promise anything about how much the token will be worth in the future, but we well, in my mind, it should be reaching hundreds of millions of market caps once we release a couple of utilities towards that. So that's my guess, but I can't really promise anything.
Okay, that's understandable. I agree. Like I said, I came in a little late. When are we going to do when is the new coin going to be launched?
So the official day that we are going to put this up on Pink Sale is November 26th. And the idea is we are going to have it on there for 7 days or until we hit our hard cap. If we hit that 1,000 BNB hard cap in 3 minutes, which is possible, and a lot of projects recently have, then we are going to immediately lock that and put it right onto PancakeSwap to keep the momentum going instead of making it wait. But the 26th of November will be the official pre-sale. And then as soon as that is over, it will go right onto the swap. So the 26th is going to be, that's the official day.
Okay, and when do we send out old coins or whatever we got to do with that?
The form is on the group chat. You can start filling that out today if you would like. And then once we compile it, I will announce the cutoff date in the Telegram chat. So you might as well do it today. We'll compile the information and then we'll send the tokens out accordingly.
Oh, great. I appreciate that. Thank you.
And then I know you said you jumped on late. I've been recording the audio of this call and I will be putting it up on the YouTube channel. If you do want to go back and listen to any of it, it'll all be available there before the night is over.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
Of course.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah, fire away. We can hear you.
Okay, I have a question.
Yeah.
Okay, I was trying to fill the form, and I'm saying when first did you buy Uskita? I can't remember when I bought, but I bought at the very early stage, and I bought over and over and over again. So what do I do in that regard?
Don't worry.
Yeah,
don't worry about that. Just put a rough date, so we just know that you didn't buy it like recently, a week ago, or something like that. The transactions will be checked anyway, so we'll know the specific date that you bought it. So it doesn't really matter that much. We couldn't actually choose like just a specific month. You just take off the days, or just like choose a month that you bought it in. But the day is there, so just put any day. And if you can remember a month, that would be great. Put it in. But if you can't remember, just a rough estimate of whenever you bought it.
Anything else?
Don't be shy, guys. Ask away.
There's a fair bit to digest, so it's just getting through all the info. Can you hear me okay?
Yes. Yes, we can.
Yep.
I guess from my perspective, it's just how do you build trust back into the community? So I'm just trying to sort of ascertain, again, I didn't actually hear everything from the beginning, but from what I can gather, there will be audits and KYCs. Can you elaborate on that a little bit?
Sure. So Pink Sale itself, which is where we are actually doing the pre-sale, they require us to have a KYC audit to move forward. So that just means know your creator or something along those lines. I forget the official acronym, but they will dox all of us. So they are taking our actual, be it passports, driver's license, information like that. We have to do video verifications that they have on file. Like they will have everything on file for you guys to have immediate access to. It's not public knowledge, but if we do something immoral, shady, pull the rug, something illegal, you basically present them what we did and they give you the information so that you can pursue legal action. When it comes to the audits,
that's for the pre-sale.
What'd you say?
So that's for pre-sale.
It is for pre-sale. Part of what's going on today, because the audit does cost to B&B, part of what was going on with the private sale is to pay for that. We've actually hit that goal already, and we'll be submitting our paperwork today. And so they will have it this weekend. They will have got that part started. Okay. So they will have that information before the pre-sale starts. Going forward,
so what assurances do you have for the private sale?
Honestly, genuinely, I do not. I'm not able to give like false promises at this point. It really is just going to have to be you guys trust. Unfortunately, you can go back and look through any information that you need. Reach out to any of us. We can give you as much as you want. And if you don't feel comfortable in the private sale, I'm not holding a gun to anyone's head. Nobody has to do the private sale. But part of this talk was to just discuss the entire project as a whole. So it was a mix of, private sale, but we understand we all come from a really broken community and we're not that project. Like the only thing we have in common is we all are stuck as bag holders. So if you are hesitant and you want to wait a little longer and wait till you see like, hey, KYC verification is approved, I fully support that. I would rather not get, like I hate to say it as money, but I would rather not get your money now if that means 5 years from now, we're still investors together.
I appreciate that. Yeah. So I guess like anything, it's always going to be a leap of faith, isn't it, from the very begining?
It is. And it's still, it's crypto. I mean, it's been around for 10 years, but I feel like in the last 5 years is when it's blown up and it's still, it's just a whole new space.
Absolutely. Well, just reading some of these documents here, if you don't mind, just a minute. It's the airdrop form.
Yes.
You see, it looks like Hal has put a number of different questions in there, specifically trying to determine who's actually being followed on Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, etc. Are those particular questions governed in terms of whether an individual will get an airdrop or not?
Honestly, no.
In other words, if you don't have Discord, if you don't have Reddit, if you don't have Instagram, well, not necessarily.
No, it was basically to get
the community's growing.
Yeah, exactly. No, I appreciate the understanding behind it. But whether or not it has an impact on whether an individual gets anything.
No, it will not have any impact.
Okay, I guess it's a good little sort of hook in order to force people to go on Reddit and Discord.
Well, we're not forcing people, but we are kind of leading them towards our social media platforms.
Yeah. And again, too, like you may not use one.
Luca mentioned earlier, Discord will be your primary platform.
In the future, yes.
In the future, again, I'm not familiar with Discord. I've sort of been in and out of it. But what's the benefit for it?
Luca can actually explain that.
Yeah, it's cleaner. But if Luca's here, he'll he'll be able to explain the breakdowns to subchats and all that. So fire away.
Yeah, so just in general, the benefits for Discord. I got some notes here on some of the extra perks. Yeah, I'm just gonna generalize real quick. It's just better overall for a community as a whole, and that just kind of covers your younger demographics to older demographics. Really easy to maneuver around. It's great for announcements. I can pull up mine.
So when we overlay your demographic, as in the demographic that you're pitching ADREAM at, what is that demographic? Joe, it's quite a broad spectrum, I know, but surely before you begin a marketing campaign, you should have an idea of what your demographic should be, and then sort of build your marketing campaign around that demographic.
Right. Amy can speak on that for sure.
No problem.
If you want to hear more about that, then I can pass it to her. If you want to know a little more about the inner workings of Discord, I'm your man.
Cool.
Amy, if you're here. She may not be here at the moment.
Oh, she's still here.
No problem. It was just purely out of interest in terms of, how do you see, the community or where you're going to pitch this, because to have what I call a shotgun approach doesn't necessarily work. It needs to be a tailored marketing campaign of some sorts, naturally.
Of course.
But without understanding what you're all about and what the demographics are about, it's quite difficult to get my head around.
As far as just like the platforms, 'cause, I know you had mentioned earlier, just kind of want to know like what any benefits of Discord. Discord is definitely a growing market, and it's about 150 million users a month. As well, also, you can like do a lot more like community involvement in the Discord. So as in like you have your gaming channels for those that want to hang out, it kind of keeps all the information right there and organized. You have your admin stages to where you can jump in if someone's talking or not, and that can go on any point of the day. Obviously, the big announcements we would announce ahead of time. You can stage. It's easy to stage events. It's just easier platform for everyone to kind of work around. And that's not saying that we're getting rid of Telegram or anything else. Like these are all things. If you want to stick to Telegram, that's perfectly fine. You'll obtain all the information that is sent out on all the rest of the platforms. There's nothing that is like more in use than the others. I know that more people will tend to fluctuate to certain platforms. Like Discord is definitely one of those things.
Absolutely. I guess it's what you can leverage best is the question,
But yeah, we're not abandoning. Like I'm not gonna abandon like Telegram if only certain users use Telegram. Like your Telegram's still gonna be very active. It's still gonna have pretty much our whole community in it. So does that?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Sorry, is this Amy? Amy, I was just querying where you see the demographic for American Dream.
I heard you for a sec. Now you're gone.
Voice may be cutting out.
Yeah.
No problem.
Issues there earlier.
But so I guess because we talked about that, so
as I said, there's a fair bit of information to digest.
Yeah.
I personally will make up my mind with reference to the private sale. Good luck, I guess.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. Yes.
I guess.
Awesome. Anybody else?
So for now, it seems there's a lot of questions towards when the airdrop will actually happen. So Joe, if you want to talk about that to people.
Sure. So the airdrop is going to happen right after the public's or the pre-sale closes. So we want to have value to the coin effectively before we send you the airdrop. So it's going to go through the private sale. We're going to go through the pre-sale. Once the pre-sale liquidity is locked into PancakeSwap, that's when the airdrops are going to start happening. They are being done manually, one by one by one. There's no way that I'm aware of to mass airdrop. So it's going to take that weekend for us to manually send them, depending on how many people we have. But the airdrop will be done after the pre-sale closes.
So Alex seems to ask another question regarding that. Do you want to take on that?
Hello.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm still trying to fill the form. The last part is telling me if I added ADREAM custom token to my wallet.
Yes.
Is that address different from the former address of Uskita?
Yes, it is different. It's a different contract. It's a different project.
Trust wallet. I search for it. It's not coming out.
You're using a Trust wallet. So if you, let me see. So you do know how to add a custom token, correct?
No.
Okay. So if you go to your dashboard on Trust Wallet,
okay.
On the top right corner, there is 2 circles that you can press. So you go there and there's a search bar that comes up. So you type in add, ADD, and there should be 4 options. So you go to the last one where it says add custom token. So you press on that. You change the network from Ethereum to Smart Chain, and you just paste the contract address that is in the form, and the name, symbol, and decimal should show up. And you just save that token in your wallet.
Hello?
Hi, yep.
What's the decimal?
No, you don't type in the decimals by yourself.
It
should pick up automatically. Yes.
Okay, let me check. Thank you.
But if you do have to add it yourself, it will be 9 decimals. But I highly doubt you'll have to add it by yourself, because if you just type in just paste the contract address, it will find everything. Okay, go on. Sorry.
I have also a question about the airdrop. Did you establish the ratio, or how will be the airdrop depending on the bag of Skita?
Joe, do you want to answer that? I think you have everything written down.
Yeah, so on that one, what we're doing is we've got the 2% set aside, and it's going to be, we're seeing how many people submit for it. When we cut it off, we're going to take the total value, divide it by the amount of people, and send an equivalent amount. Just because we've all bought in at different times, so one person might have spent $14,000 or $1,400 on 1 trillion, when another person might have spent $100 on 1 trillion. So instead of going through, and there would be no way of figuring out common value doing it that way. So we're taking the total number of submissions divided by the 2% and then dividing the pie up equally.
Okay, so basically you take 2% of the American Dream total coins,
Correct.
and you'll divide it by the number of Skita and split it proportionally.
Of the applicants,
Yep.
yes.
Of the applicants.
And at the same time, we don't want to make any whales. If there isn't enough people applying for it, and let's say there's about 50 people applying for 2%. So we will have a security measures implemented so they don't become wheels right off the bat. So it might be portions every month of what they're supposed to get. So let's say maybe 25% within 4 months they'll get their supply. So basically, we don't want them to dump as well on people because they're getting this for free. And yeah, but if there's enough applicants, so we don't make any wheels, everyone will get their tokens right away.
Yeah, but I think 2% split, even between 50 people, is pretty hard to generate whales, but it's a good approach.
Agreed.
Yeah, but at the same time, we can launch the token and we can go up to, let's say, 20 or 50 million market cap. At the same time, those 50 people would be getting nearly like maybe $5,000 each, and they could just dump it right into the market. So we kind of want to protect ourselves from it. It could be even more. I don't know the calculations myself, but we are taking steps to ensure there's no dumping of a coin.
Yeah.
But we aren't stopping people from selling it as well. So that's a big thing. You do what you want with your tokens. You are getting them for free, but we're not here to like cover your 1 trillion, like your 0.1% of Uskita to a 0.1% of ADREAM. We're not doing that. So
yeah,
just so people are clear about that.
Thank you for the answer.
Yeah, you're welcome. Anyone else have a question?
One more question.
So just okay.
Sorry.
Go on. Sorry. Go on.
Are we still keeping the initial quantity of Uskita, or you are reducing it to maybe 1,000 trillion from the initial quadrillion?
No, we are 1,000% smaller. We are only doing 100 trillion instead of 100 quadrillion. So from the start, we are substantially smaller total supply to allow it to actually gain value instead of just kind of sit in limbo.
Okay. Thank you.
Just to add to that, I think SafeMoon actually started with 100 trillion tokens.
That I'm not sure, but I know it wasn't a ton.
Sorry, what was that?
Oh, I'm not sure if it was the same as us, but I know it wasn't much. So it might be the same.
Looking at their website
Are
right
you?
now,
Awesome.
and yeah, I think they started with 100 trillion, and they burn a lot, of course. And yeah, so I think we'll just be like following mostly their chart towards that. But I just want to add to one thing. I don't think Joe said it. So about the burns, if anyone is interested in that, if Joe, you want to talk about it, maybe?
I'll let you do that one.
So we'll do burns on milestones. So we'll lock 44% of the liquidity into Pink Sales lock, and 1% will be vested every month, or at least a minimum of 44 months. So that doesn't mean that all the supply will be out within 44 months. It could take 80 months. If we're not using any of that 1%, will be sent back to lock, or it'll be considered for a burn. So just so you know, guys.
Sorry, SafeMoon was 1 quadrillion.
There you go.
Oh,
so they're 10 times larger than us.
Yeah, 585 trillion circulating.
So 5 times larger than us in their circulation supply before we even burned.
Oh yes, I got that wrong. Sorry.
It's okay.
It's all good.
But yeah, our supply is a lot smaller, and which is a good sign. And we're burning some of them as well, just to keep the supply a bit lower. We're not burning at all because we're a utility token. So we do want to use the token as utility in our future projects. So there's no point actually burning, like, let's say 50% of the supply.
But if I'm not mistaken, I think we've already burnt the 15%.
Yeah.
Yes, we burned initially 15. So I think for the future, we might reach, maybe in a couple of years, we might reach like maybe 25% burn. But that's just a rough estimate of that.
We don't
in
want to
reality, we
shoot ourselves in the foot before we get off the ground.
Yeah, but just so you guys know, it'll not be like 60% burn or anything like that. This token will be used across all our platforms.
Howler, I'm stepping away for 2 seconds. If anything changes, please take over, and I'll be right back.
Yeah, that's fine. Does anyone else have any questions? I could maybe answer. I see some questions in chat about the incentive of private sale and public sale. So we're doing a private sale to gather the funds for basically marketing, the launch, MAAs, everything like that. So the incentive is that you'll get 1.5 times more than people will get in public pre-sale. So there is a big incentive to actually get in really early as an investor. But yeah, so I hope that answers that question.
I missed it, actually. I'm back. Sorry. What was the question?
It was about the incentive of getting into a private sale instead of public sale. We do want people in public sale as well.
Agreed.
But with this private sale, funds will be bringing a lot of people from a lot of different groups into the public sale. So if we gather, what was that, Joe? 10 or 25 BNB you said?
If we can hit
a really good launch?
If 25 BNB is going to be a really solid launch. 10 is kind of the minimum goal. And honestly, we're at 6.5, guys. And I really appreciate it. But 10 is the minimum goal. 25, though, if we hit 25, I know we'll hit the 1,000 BNB hard cap. Can't make promises, but I've got a really good faith. Like, with what we have in place for marketing, I have a really good feeling that we would hit that 1,000 BNB hard cap.
Yes, with enough marketing, I think we might even reach it within an hour, maybe.
Easily.
1 hour, 2 hours. Yeah.
It might not make it past a day or two.
Yeah, it could be in minutes because we'll be bringing a lot of people to that. So we'll not just be sitting there trying to find investors itself. We're gonna put all these funds into, getting our name out there. And also, I think the private sale is open till Sunday. Is that correct, Joe?
Correct. So the big incentive of the private sale is the BNB value. Right now, 1 BNB is going to be worth 1.5 times the amount it's going to be worth during the pre-sale. So your 1 BNB is going to get you 27,975 million, versus when the pre-sale starts, it drops to 18,650 million, and then when it hits the swap, it drops down even further to 16 billion. So that's the big incentive. And then I feel like there was another question in there that I totally missed. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. I just want to say, so if we have a hard cap on the private sale because we have 3%, so we do have a hard cap.
Yes.
If we reach that, we just close the private sale, and we just go on with this marketing campaign, everything like that, getting ready for public pre-sale. But if we don't reach the hard cap by closing time of the pre-sale, we will be burning the remaining supply. Just so you guys know, the BSC scan blockchain website actually has all the information for whoever's holding the token. Well, it does have information to whoever is holding the token.
But you can track the transactions of, just like with an Ethereum wallet, you can track the transactions. So you will be able to see that the remaining tokens have been burnt.
Yeah. So that will be another maybe 1%. If we don't reach it, maybe 1%, maybe 0.5% earned as well.
There's a question regarding tax on the like when people sell.
I didn't see the question, but yeah, it's a universal buy-sell tax. It's designed so as new investors buy in, investors who are part of the project get to be brought up further, but also as investors who sell out, it's meant to be, no matter what happens down the line, the value of the token is designed to increase.
Sorry, Joe.
Yeah.
So I get your point. Is the private sale already on, or we start immediately?
Yes. So the private sale started. I did put a post in the group chat and I pinned it. I will post it periodically throughout this weekend. It's going to end in 48 hours. So in my time, that's going to be Sunday at 3:30 p.m. But it'll be Sunday at 9:30 UTC. So kind of based on where you are in the world, around Universal Standard Time at that time. So you've got all weekend. And if you need anything, just reach out to me and I can guide anybody in any way that I can. Anybody who has talked to me should be able to kind of tell back to the community that I am usually pretty responsive pretty quickly whenever I can be.
All right.
Then I guess any other questions before we wrap it up? It's been a lot longer than I expected, and I really appreciate all of you guys taking the time to talk to me and the whole team. But don't want to cut anybody off early, but also really appreciate everybody's time. So if there's anything else, fire away. If not, we'll wrap it up.
Alex added a question there. Did you answer that?
Probably not. I've been not keeping up on
Yeah,
that.
it's kind of hard, even with few people in there.
Yeah. What's the question?
Do this team has already launched other token or experience into crypto blockchain to make successful the project? There's a lot of grammar mistakes there, but I do understand it.
In his defense, he's French.
Yeah, so no hard feelings, Alex.
So when it comes to like actually having launched or been on this side of a crypto project, when it comes to crypto specifically, I have never launched a blockchain project. I have launched several startups in my own personal life, and I've been involved in the crypto community since Bitcoin was some guy on a forum buying a pizza. So I don't want to say I've been around the block in a punny way, but I've been in the community and seeing how things go for a substantial amount of time, and my previous business experience and other things that I've helped assist start up kind of go hand in hand. And also though, so Howler's had some experience when it comes to that, and I haven't, using real world experience in different aspects tied with people who have actual successes with the blockchain component tied together has been why this project has accelerated as quickly as it has, from like this going down the rabbit hole to our first AMA in less than, it's been 2 weeks, I think, since we really started this. And now we're at our first AMA doing a private sale.
Yeah, because we have a great team and everyone knows what they're doing. And it is actually an amazing start. that we did in a couple of weeks so far, and I just can't wait for the future. What we're gonna bring to people, to all new investors, to basically anyone
Yeah.
using decentralized exchanges, or even as you said, to like give money away to somebody in Africa to put their village on the map, or give someone in Japan money to start their own business. So people will be actually able to vote on that.
Yeah.
It's not like people will actually receive money out of nowhere, or any project will receive. So, did you touch up on the governance token?
I did a little bit. So the reason I don't want to talk too much about it, because there's a lot of I's to be dotted and T's to cross still on that overall project, and I don't want to either mislead or misspeak. But yes, so the staking platform, or the DREAMSWAP, you will stake your DREAM tokens for a governance token. We haven't finalized the name for that token yet. We want it to be appropriately named, but with, again, not making everything sound like it's American. The only reason it's called American Dream is because Euskita was promising the American Dream, and when I started with that, but then the whole concept of dream is what we're overall building on. So the governance token isn't going to have an American theme, it's going to have a dream theme. And everything that we have moving forward is going to have a dream theme to it. But governance token holders will have the say in what we invest in, and it's not even invest, what we gift in. And the projects will have to submit documentation. It's not like somebody's like, hey bro, give me $20,000, I promise you. It's more like, give me a business plan, give me some pictures, give me a little background about yourself. We're not running social security numbers or any of that crap. We don't want the money back, but we want at least to know who we're giving it to, has a plan in place for the use of the funds, and then the community will get to vote yes or no. And it'll be decided by us, whose lives we impact and touch and change. It's almost like a nonprofit without being a nonprofit. But watching, like, when Vitalik Buterin gave all of that SHIB tokens to India's COVID relief fund, it really got me going, like, how can we tie blockchain technology with more or less, like, helping people who couldn't be helped any other way. And there are so many people who would be amazing business owners or amazing startup creators that will never get the time of day because the worldwide financial system dictates so. It's stupid. It's stupid. They should have equal say in the ability for these, because Jeff Bezos is really nothing special and he's got all this money. He's kind of a dick. Somebody on the street might have been a better creator of Amazon, but we'll never know because he never got the chance. We want to give people that chance. If that makes sense.
Well, it makes sense to us.
Okay.
That's for sure, and it will make sense to a lot of other people. So whenever the DreamSwap and staking platform is out, you will be able to stake your ADREAM tokens, or the governance tokens.
Yes.
So you want to touch up on that, or have you already?
I've kind of mentioned it a few times. It's until we have a finalized concept, like with ratios and stuff like that, I don't want to say too much. But effectively, the governance token will only be able to be earned at first by ADREAM token holders. So you will have to stake that to get your tokens. Once they're in the market, if you want to sell your voting rights to somebody else to buy, that's okay. You can sell out of your opportunity to dictate the future of the project. That's on you. But nobody will be able to be an outsider and just buy into those voting rights. It will be designed that only ADREAM holders who have started with us and believed in the project and kept the project alive will have the rights to the future of the project.
Sorry, Joe.
Yes, sir.
Now, what I need to do is for the private sale, just send the BNB to that address.
Make sure you're make sure you are sending BSC token. If you send an actual BNB, which is on a different blockchain,
Okay.
it may get lost.
And
So make sure you have a smart chain BNB that you're sending.
If there's any confusion, send me a DM. I walked somebody through it before this call started, so I've got some screenshots that I can actually send you to kind of walk you through the transition if it is confusing. I hate that BNB and BSC have the same like BNB name. The logo is different, and the concept was when BNB released the BEP20 like Binance Smart Chain concept, it was to have the same contract address as Ethereum. They like piggybacked off the Ethereum, but it isn't interchangeable where you can't swap this for Ethereum. It's yeah.
I
So
understand.
okay.
Now, if all I need to do is to just send to that address. Must it be the address where I have my former Uskita, or I can send from any address?
You can send it from any address. Whatever address you send the BNB to, or from, I should say, is the address that I'm manually sending you back the tokens to. I don't know if anybody's still on the call. I have sent it out to a few people already. I've got 2 more I got to send out. So I'm doing it like live in real time and on the fly and handling it right away. There's no lingering. You don't have to wait 6 months or anything to get your tokens. Like you're getting them this weekend, today, immediately.
All right, thanks.
Hey, just a question. Will I be able to use BNBUS?
What is that, BUSD? I think that's the Binance USD tether. We're aiming for BSC to keep it simple, more or less. All of the companies that we're working with that are accepting payment in crypto are accepting the payment in BSC. So like when we do the pink swap stuff, they want 4 BSC. So we're trying to keep it just on that so that we don't have to transfer things. So that way you get the full value of your money that's being given and vice versa.
Okay, so I have to be on Binance itself, not okay.
No, you can do it in like a trust wallet, which is what I personally use. You can buy the BSC right in the trust wallet, so you don't even need a Binance.us account to use like the Binance token.
Okay, but if I did want to do it, I could. I guess what I'm saying is the token gonna be on Binance.us?
Ideally, without giving promises, eventually I would like to see it on there. When it comes to getting listed on a centralized exchange, the biggest thing that we have to overcome is lawyers have to look at our books and say either we're a security or we're a commodity. We have to make sure that this token 100% has utility behind it so that it's considered a commodity. And at that point, we will be able to start putting in our applications for exchanges like Binance US. Until that point, it's not possible. So it's in the works and down the line, but it won't be immediate.
Okay, that answers my question. Thank you.
Awesome, thank you. And then 2 guys, if you think of any questions throughout the week, we are going to try and do another AMA next Friday. So if anybody wants to come in and ask where the progress has been, if they want receipts, proof of anything of what's been going on, ideally next Friday is when I'm going to be here and available to show anybody whatever they need, and so they can start to see the progress. So if you don't have questions now, feel free to save them for that. Or again, I'll always reiterate, my DM is always open. You can send it to me. You can send it in the group. You can send it to me, and if you like or don't like the answer, you can post it in the group. It's completely up to you, but we're trying to be as transparent and build trust as we can.
Also talking about transparency, I just want to add this. So if anyone wants to go on the BSC scan and check the balances, so the 77% of the supply is held by an owner wallet, which is also a marketing wallet. So 44% of that 77% will be locked as soon as we list for Pink Sale Launchpad. So 44% will be locked, and 30% also of that 77% will be in the public pre-sale. So that wallet will decrease in size drastically to about 1%.
Yep.
I think we still have an airdrop 2% in that wallet.
Which that right now the wallet that the private sale is working with, when the private sale is over, the ADREAM tokens will be burned, the private sale funds will be moved to the marketing wallet, and then the 2% for airdrop will then get moved to that wallet. So it's a dedicated, and then when that airdrop is done, that wallet will just be done, gone. There will be no need for it. It's just how we're keeping things separate so that way you guys can track transparency and see where things are going. So it doesn't look like we just have a butt ton of tokens right now. By the time it all gets locked into the Pink Sale Launchpad, you're going to see that number just drop to nothing.
Yeah. So there will be a still holder of 44%, but
it won't be us.
I think it should be a public thing that it's locked.
Yeah.
So we will have all the announcements, everything there. So I do encourage everyone to actually keep checking. Sorry, what were you saying? James? Okay, I'm just gonna continue on my speech. So I do encourage everyone to keep checking BSE scan, because if there's any suspicious movement, you guys can just come to ask us about it. We will, show proof of everything we do. It's just we will stay as transparent as possible.
Just a question on the pre-sale, guys.
Yeah.
You mentioned a time frame of 7 days. Is that correct? Or until you reach 1,000 BNB?
Correct. So it's an either or. I don't want to shoot ourselves in the foot. I wholeheartedly believe that we're going to hit that 1,000 BNB very quickly. But I don't want to shoot us in the foot. What if it takes 3 days for ground to build, and then day 4 it hits that 1,000 BNB hard cap? So it's 7 days or 1,000 BNB. So if the 1,000 BNB happens right away, great. We lock it into Pancake Swap and it hits the swap right away. There's no hiccup. But then if we hit the 7 days and say we only hit 500 on the hard cap, the remaining balance of that 30% is burned automatically.
You'll burn. Okay.
Yeah,
right.
it's an auto burn. It's not a manual where you have to trust me to burn it. The system burns it.
And also to touch up on that
implications? Oh, sorry.
Just to touch up on that 30%, if we reach the hard cap, only around, I think, 11% goes into Pancake Swap. Is that correct, Joe? Do you have the sheet?
Oh, no, for the liquidity lock?
Yeah. No, I mean the Pancake Swap lock. Yes, the liquidity for Pancake Swap. So we're not pre-selling the whole 30%. So there is a calculation in place that only a certain percent goes for pre-sale. I think it's towards our.
Give me.
Yeah, I got it here.
Oh, did you pull it up? Okay.
Yeah. So, basically, just bear with me here, guys. Okay, so we are pre-selling. Public pre-sale goes with 29.999% because we couldn't get it exactly on 30%, but. So if we reach our hard cap, the tokens that were sold will be 18.65%. That's the sold tokens. And the tokens that goes for Pancake Swap liquidity will be 10.97%. Just so you know, guys.
So that 10.97 doesn't necessarily equate to 1,000 BNB. The total pot is 1,000 BNB.
Oh, it's all calculated. Pink Sale actually has a calculation form that they use specifically for that.
If you want to actually just post that, or we can post it in the group, or we can send it to anybody who wants to see it specifically, so you can see the calculator and how it's broken down. I'm okay with that.
Okay.
I think it's a bit wrong. Have you added because there's team metrics example, which is a bit wrong. I think we adjusted that.
Is the team metrics the stuff down below on that page?
Yes.
Yeah, none of that takes impact on the actual calculations. That's just for us to have dictated like what got burnt, what got posted, all that. So you could even remove that and it won't adjust any of the numbers up top. It's the numbers up top, those change based on it's a spreadsheet that they built, and it'll show the exact like how much is dictated towards the pre-sale to pancake swap, how much liquidity is then locked versus stuff like that. So we can send it to anybody who wants it. Yeah.
Pull a calculation for anyone who is interested in that. So I'm just gonna send an example here. Oh, that's the wrong one. Yeah, I pulled the wrong one. Give me a couple of seconds. That's
Joe, it might be good to have a little note, perhaps in simple bullet form, to explain a nice, easy process of transferring BNB to either a Trust wallet or a MetaMask. I don't know if that's something you're thinking of, just to make it quite simple for non-users of the Binance Smart Chain.
It was, so like in the pin post that I had, I tried to explain it. It is? Yeah, I tried to explain it the best that I could, but I will try and break it down even further. It's one of those, like, and again, like I US based, so for the longest time, like Binance was completely unobtainable. It took me all of about 30 seconds, and then it was a little bit easier than I realized it was going to be. But I've got screenshots and all that ready to go. I might even just try and put it onto like a Google Doc and then post it in the group, so you can just click the Google Doc, see the pictures, and hopefully kind of explain everything.
You got a YouTube channel, I'm assuming. You could do something basic, very, very basic on YouTube even.
Oh, yeah, actually that's kind of genius. I can see what I can do about just a screen grab and walk people through it.
Yeah.
Good call. Thank you.
So I've added the calculation image to the chat. If anyone is interested in that, they can check it out. So also, I don't know if this was mentioned. So what goes into the pancake swap is 70% of the 1,000 BNB if we reach the hard cap. So we basically doing a 70% liquidity lock onto pancake swap, and that the remaining 30% is going towards marketing and the platform development. So every wallet will be like really public, and people will see where the money is moving. But we do need funds to start off this project.
And that's what's going to fund DREAMSWAP. That's what's going to make it happen so fast. Because I know we'll hit that 1,000 BNB, and we're going to have the ability to get that launched.
That's in addition to the 1%.
The 1%, in the marketing wallet is just 1% of the tokens being held. And then there's the 1%. Yeah, and then there's the 1% tax on every transaction goes to marketing. That way it will always have funds to ensure that this project
So this initial 30% is the initial drive to get some funds associated with the plan.
Correct.
Okay.
Yep.
Right.
So just to add, if we reach the hard cap on this private sale we're doing, so whatever funds we don't use, we will transfer them to the that 30% we would get out of the public pre-sale. So it all goes towards development and marketing. None of that money is going in the team pockets. so everybody knows that.
Will you disclose where those money goes to from a software development point of view, or will it be notarized somewhere?
When it comes to like official notarization, I'll have to figure out how to do that properly, but we are intentionally keeping documentation and receipts of where everything is going. So not only will you be able to track the transactions, like the moment they go from blockchain to like USD or real world money, at that point, you can question like, where is this going? And then we're going to have
because we're
everything
because we're
for you to
talking,
view.
Better half of 300 BNB, aren't we? Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
So everything will be.
But
and
you're going to need that. Let's face it. You're going to need that for software development.
Correct.
I appreciate that. So yeah.
But we are going to make sure everything is as transparent and as open as possible, so nobody's questioning it. Because again, we're coming off of a fucked up community, and we're trying to build trust as quick as we can.
Yeah, to say the least.
Yeah,
absolutely.
exactly.
Yeah,
so we want to just build trust, so that way any new investor really doesn't snoop to see how this became. And then if they do snoop to see how this became, they have every tool they need to realize that, okay, they're not, I mean, it's completely separate. It was just, it inspired.
Well, this is it, Joe.
Yeah.
This is it. And this is what my point was earlier, just to sort of, build that trust up, which is the hardest hurdle, I think, that you're probably going to have to get over. And hence my questions. I mean, we don't want to go down that path again.
Yeah.
It may sound a little bit tedious, but the more info that can be given to the community, the better.
Exactly. So it's like having a ledger without having a ledger kind of thing. Because again, we got to make sure we're not a security and that we're a commodity, but also having trackable receipts for the community as requested so they know where it's going. Eventually, ideally, you're going to see what's going on and that no one's going to have those questions. But until then, we're trying to keep everything as black and white, and you request it, we can send it.
Cool. Great.
Yeah.
So do we have any further questions regarding anything at all? I'm guessing not. We will do plenty more MAAs.
Both in community and third party. We're trying to do both. Sorry to cut you off.
Yeah, definitely. And we'll do, I think, MAAs every week. We discuss this. So just to
at least
keep everyone up to speed.
Yeah, at least to start. I intend on doing recorded AMAs in community, unless we've got like a really good third party one scheduled where we can skip the community one. But at least for the first 6 months, you've got me easy to access for voice chats and video chats, whatever you need, at least once a week. And then that video or audio will be recorded and put onto the YouTube for anybody who either misses it or new investors coming along. They can kind of follow along the way.
Yeah, that's awesome. So I think we touched up on everything for now, haven't we?
I think so. If we have any more questions, fire away. If not, we can actually wrap this up.
Just to add the last thing there. So we're doing an MAA on the 19th of November, which is next Friday.
Correct.
So we'll be listing our token for upcoming pre-sale on Pink Sale Launchpad.
Yep,
so that'll be listed for upcoming pre-sale. For the 26th of November, it'll go live. We'll also do an MAA then as well with the community. But from the 19th to 26th, basically from end of this private sale, we'll start marketing towards 19th to get more people in the community. And from there, we're going to go full-on marketing campaign to get as many eyes on the upcoming pre-sale as possible for the 26th. So in reality, we do want to get that over with as soon as possible. the public pre-sale, so it could happen the same day we actually list the token.
Yeah.
So it could happen on 26, on 27. It'll probably not happen on work days because we have full-time jobs at the moment. But I don't know. We still need to, I think, discuss this. Maybe it would. But ideally, we want to go for Fridays if anyone was interested in that. But it could happen on the 26th. We go live on PancakeSwap. And yeah, and from there we go towards CoinMarketCap listing. We'll start adding logos to the wallets. Basically all that good stuff. Also, I don't think Joe has mentioned our BSC scan token contract should be updated soon enough. Our logo and socials should be popping up, and that is a big step. Don't know if some of you agree, but I think that's a very big step to get done. And yeah, the price will show on your wallets once CoinMarketCap accepts us. So the token price will start showing up on Trust Wallet, MetaMask, I think. So yeah, those are more of my technical things I'll do first. To yeah. So if anyone was interested in that, just put it out there. And also Alex said something about applying to CoinMarketCap before the launch, I think. I don't think that's actually possible. The token has to have trading value for the logo to be added. I think it has to have, what was it? 100,000 in trading volume in 24 hours for the logo to be added. And it has to have some sort of holders, I think a couple of hundred holders at least. And CoinMarketCap will apply whenever the coin is live. And we should be accepted within 24 to 28 hours. I mean, to 48 hours. For some of you who actually are wondering why Euskira hasn't been added to the CoinMarketCap in such a long time, we tried our best. As I was one of the admins before, and we tried our best. And in the end, I just find out that the coin was blacklisted. So that's why it took so long. It doesn't really take that long. For a legit project, it takes up to 24 to 48 hours. And they'll see that.
And it was
so we should have.
I would say it was blacklisted, and we never had access to the contract, and that's part of the problem why it wasn't able to ever progress further. Is the contract was just gone.
We're not renouncing the contract. The contract will always have a owner, which will always be transparent, because for listing on exchanges and everything like that, it does have to have an owner. So basically that. Joe, if you want to finish this up, I guess.
I can't think of anything that would add any value, especially at this point. We've used up a lot of your time, and if anybody watches this on the YouTube, it's 2 hours to have weeded through. But I will wrap up and say, honestly, anytime you need anything, my DM is always open, and I will do my best to answer and keep everything as transparent as possible. I know the rest of the team kind of feels the same way. And I just really appreciate everybody who's taking the time just to be here for this and to even give this project a shot. Whether you do the private sale, you do the pre-sale, you wait 6 months and buy in later. The fact is, I really appreciate you guys just giving us the time to show you the success that this project has the potential to have. And so with that, I think it's a fair time to sign off. I hope everybody has a wonderful weekend, and I'll talk to y'all next Friday.
Yep, guys, see you Friday. If you have any questions, just hit us up. We will never DM you first. And if any scammer tries to do that, please ignore them.
And
just
tell
come to
us.
come to the group chat and ask us directly if we messaged you. That would be the safest way to go with it. And please don't enter your seed phrases or connect your wallets to dodgy websites. We will never ask you to do anything like that. And just keep safe out there, because it is a wild, wild west right now in crypto community everywhere. So
Yes.
yeah, that's it from me, guys. And thank you for joining this. And
Have a
I
great
guess
weekend.
I'll
Thank you, guys.
have a great
Terrific
weekend.
stuff.
Awesome, guys.
Awesome. Thank
Bye.
you.